Hello and welcome to Nice and Blunt. I wanted to talk about the Miami Dolphins because there's some COVID news that really impacts their fantasy outlook in Week 15. Jaylen Waddle has been added to the COVID list and he's in the protocol. There's a chance he suits up, but I feel like it's more likely that he doesn't because he was placed on the COVID list just yesterday and they play 2 days from now. So for the sake of this video, I am going to assume that he does not play and give you my opinion on how it impacts the other Dolphins. Some other news, though, is that Myles Gaskin was activated off of the COVID list, so he's good to go, and he gets a great matchup against the Jets. The Jets have allowed 19 rushing touchdowns this season, and Myles Gaskin has a lot of upside this week. In their previous matchup in Week 11, he had 26 touches for over 90 yards from scrimmage and scored a touchdown. Myles Gaskin is going to be a top 20 running back this week. You want him in your lineup. But let's talk about the receivers, because if Jaylen Waddle sits out, then DeVante Parker becomes a must start this week. He shoots up the rankings because I expect double-digit targets for him easy. Let's take a look at DeVante Parker's season to see what we can expect. In the first month, he got at least 7 targets in every game. However, he did get injured after week 4. And he missed some time, but when he came back, he got 11 targets in his first game back and injured himself again. So after that second stint of missed games, they eased him in and he only got 5 injuries in his first game back from the injury a couple of weeks ago, but he caught all of them. That's some good news. And then he had a bye week to fully recover. So I think he's as close to 100% as he can be. He's good to go. And Parker is going to get double-digit targets. That feels pretty much guaranteed. He's already averaging 8 targets per game on this season. And Jaylen Waddle in his last 6 games has averaged 9.5 targets per game. So that opens up a big workload for other players. And I think almost half of them, at least 4, will go to DeVante Parker. He's going to see at least 10 targets, in my opinion. He's also going to be the go-to target in the red zone. He's a big guy, and he's going to go up for those 50-50 catches. So I've moved him up to my wide receiver 17 in my rankings this week, a top 20 play. He needs to be in your lineup because his floor is really high, especially in any type of PPR league. Gesicki, though, he also gets a boost. The tight end, Mike Gesicki, he's already seeing 6+ targets in 10 of his 13 games this season, which is already a big workload for a tight end. So I think you can trust his floor. And this week, there's a chance that he also gets double-digit targets, like he did a couple weeks ago when he saw 11 targets versus the Giants. Now, I don't really want to count on him too much for a touchdown. He's only scored 2 touchdowns on the season, so if he does, that's definitely a bonus. But the logic in starting Mike Gesicki is chasing the floor, especially in a PPR type of format. So I like Gesicki, and he actually has a decent shot at the end zone this week. The Jets have allowed 7 touchdowns to tight ends in their last 9 games. So the odds are pretty good. They're actually kind of vulnerable in that department. It may happen, and Gesicki could go over 15 fantasy points. I had him as tight end 12 before the news about Waddle, and now I've upgraded him to my tight end 8. He's definitely a top 10 play this week, and odds are you want to start him. He is a very safe tight end. And this is a division game, so they played earlier this season. In week 11, he caught 5 of 6 targets for 50 yards, and that feels like his floor in this game. It feels pretty safe in week 15. I definitely would start him. And in my rankings, he actually comes in over TJ Hawkinson. If I had the choice between the two, I would take Mike Gesicki. However, his quarterback Tua definitely gets a downgrade. He's going to be without his favorite target if Jaylen Waddle is unavailable, and then he's definitely going to be limited. I don't think that the Dolphins need to rely on the passing game to win this one. They can probably just do it on defense, honestly, but he's definitely going to have an okay floor. He's worth starting in 2 quarterback formats, but in the playoffs, you don't want to count on him in any 1 quarterback type of format. He's only my quarterback 20 this week in my rankings. So it's going to wrap up this video, and if you enjoyed it, hit the like buttons and subscribe to the channel for more content. You can check out some of my rankings here, and if you'd like to support the channel even more, you can buy me a coffee at the link below. My name is Adam Riancho, and thank you for watching Nice and Blunt.